The best part is that you choose your own hours.
Gary Brar has been delivering food for Skip the Dishes for 2 years. He knew what he was getting into and thinks it's fair.
We have a contract that you are independent. If you're not okay with that, so don't start with Skip the Dishes.
But not everyone is happy with that relationship. Skip is facing a potential class action lawsuit filed by one of its drivers. In a statement of claim, Charleen Pokornik says couriers aren't being compensated fairly because they're actually working like employees, not independent contractors. She says the company hires and trains drivers, supplies the necessary tools, sets the prices and pays drivers directly on weekly paydays. Plus, customers contact the company directly. Not being an employee means they don't get minimum wage, vacation or stat holidays, or overtime.
I decided that I didn't want to work for a company that was sort of hostile towards its drivers.
Brina Gervais doesn't work for Skip anymore, but hopes this case improves conditions for drivers.
That there's just some clarity about what Skip the Dishes requires of its drivers and that that's outlined very clearly for them going into it.
Drivers aren't the only ones watching this case. This restaurateur recently pulled his chain of cafes out of Skip the Dishes. He's not a fan of the so-called gig economy.
I don't think that we would ever take a look at that model of an independent contractor.
If a judge grants certification to the class action, all Skip drivers across Canada would automatically become a part of it, and it would have ripple effects.
If it's successful, it would add to the pressure on employers to, not do this to people.
No one from Skip the Dishes was available for an interview. Instead, the company issued a statement saying drivers are private contractors, and because this is now before the courts, they'll respond through the appropriate channels. Karen Pauls, CBC News, Winnipeg.
So why are people getting into the gig economy as independent contractors? Well, here's how one business professor explains it.
It gives you autonomy. As a worker, it allows you to determine what work you will accept, what you will refuse, and what passions you want to pursue. So there is some appeal in the freedom of it.
A recent survey found that 41% are doing it to supplement their regular income, 47% want greater work-life flexibility, and 1 in 5 say they still need to or want to work while they're retired.